So, you want to learn how to fix a warrior build? Well, for this video I'm going to show you this current build, and we're going to go to the Isle of Nameless, watch it play out, and then see how we can fix it. So here is the Master of Damage. We're just going to lock Jorah onto that target and tell her to attack it. Already we see she's used 100 blades without being anywhere near, and she's going to just spam her attack skills as they come up. She's still not in flail, which is a waste of 100 blades, and she's slowly running out of energy, still not using a stance. So clearly this build needs some improvements. Now we're just going to take her off this attack, and we're going to wait for her energy to come back and bring her over here because she's not listening to me. And we're going to tell her to attack this Master of Healing, who is going to run away from us. So at this point we're going to lock that target and see what happens. What we should find happening is if she uses flail, then she won't be able to keep up with the Master of Healing running around. She still hasn't actually activated flail, but she has managed to drain all of her energy just in a few attacks, so we need to fix that. So what's currently wrong with Jorah? Well, she's got too many energy skills, so she can't use those very well, so we're going to remove all of them. Flail she wasn't using properly either, and from my experience they don't tend to use it very well at all anyway, so we're going to remove that too. With these skills we're going to leave them in, and 100 blades she can't use that very well either. Now we've got various options, but a favourite build of mine is a soldier's stance build, so we're going to lower strength to 9, bring tactics up to 9, and find soldier's stance, which is obviously in tactics down here, soldier's stance. Now that needs a shout to activate, so we're going to give her to the limit and put it down there. We're also going to give Jorah a self-heal because this is a slightly defensive warrior, so in that case I'm rather a fan of Lion's Comfort. And what else is there that we can add? We could add in Bull Strike, which they use quite well. Heroes have a nice AI on that skill, but we're not going to. Instead I am going to swap in Counter Attack, just for a little bit of energy management and a fairly spammable skill that doesn't need adrenaline. And the final skill, I could add in Sun and Moon Slash, I could add in Steel Fang Slash if there's any knockdown in other builds. I suppose that's a good idea, so we'll just leave that in there. And now we can see that there's a fairly decent build going on. Now we're going to set her loose on the Master of Damage and see if she can use her skills properly. Now we're back at the Master of Damage. I'm just going to tell Jorah that that's her target, and we'll see what she does. Immediately uses to the limit to get some adrenaline, and after a couple of seconds we'll notice that she's got enough adrenaline to bleed, and apparently she isn't using Soldier's Stance right now, but she was before. I assure you I tested this before. See, there we go, there's Soldier's Stance up. She will use that as an increased attack speed, and she'll use it to block. She uses Lion's Comfort for self-heal, and currently doesn't need to use counter-attack for any energy management, so that's quite easily swappable if you want. Now the current warrior AI isn't exactly fantastic, so I would suggest that maybe one warrior in your team build is okay, but not ideal. There are several other hero options that you could use. There's also axe variants to this, there's hammer variants and all sorts of stuff that you could play with, but again, as I always say, there are better options than what I tell you, always, but this is just what I like to use. So, there you go. Go ahead and click the profession you want to be taken to that video.